Hello, this is a little mini lesson on Unit 5, Lesson 1, Solving Perfect Square Equations, page 448, number 8. And again, if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you read through all the online material, that you read through pages 445 through 447 in the textbook, Solving Perfect Square Equations, and that you've looked at the examples and you just need, a little bit extra help understanding this material. So this is not a thorough lesson on the subject. This is just going to show you how to solve one of the problems, how to solve number 8 on page 448. But I do want to call to your attention the property on page 445. You really need to know this. This is the key to solving this work, that if x squared equals a, right, then x equals plus or minus the square root of a. So this is the property. I'm not going to get into, why that is so, or demonstrating why that's so. That's something that you needed to work out, on online, and I know that they treat it really well on the online portion. So, but let's just take a look at this problem here and apply this property, because this property is the key to solving this equation. So basically what you need to do is, right, when it says solve, right, and you see a variable y, that means the final equation has got to be y equals something, right? Right, that's what we have to figure out, what y equals. So that means we have to isolate y and get it by itself. So we have to start pulling things apart that are attached to it. Well, you see, we see that y is a minus 3, and we know how to deal with that, but all of a sudden it's got a square. It's squared. Well, how do you undo a square? You use a square root. So, and remember, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So we'll take the square root of y minus 3 quantity squared. What you do to one side, you do to the other side, and the square root of 36. Now, remember, as we take a look over here, it's got to be plus or minus the square root of 36. This is where we're applying this property right here. So now if we take the square root of something squared, if we have 5 squared and we take the square root of it, what's that going to give us? That's just going to give us 5. Well, let's watch how that works out, right? We have the square root of 5 squared. 5 squared is 25, right? The square root of 25 is 5. You see? I mean, so it's pretty straightforward. The square root of something squared is whatever the base is. And in this case, the base is y minus 3. So we're going to have y minus 3 equals plus or minus the square root of 36. What's the square root of 36? It is 6. Okay? Now we can just add 3 to both sides to isolate the y and get it by itself. So we're going to have y equals 3 plus 6, and y is also equal to 3 minus 6. Let's see, do I have an eraser? Oh, I do have an eraser. So let's erase some of this here. Let's erase some of this here and free up the space. Okay. So then we're going to have y equals 9, and y equals 3 minus 6 is negative 3. The solution set is negative 3 and 9. Oops. So let's check that out. Let's do the check. The check is crucial to make sense of what we're doing here. So we say one solution is y equals negative 3. So we say negative 3 minus 3 squared equals 36. Is this true? Well, what? A negative 3 and a negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 squared equals 36. Well, negative 6 times negative 6 is 36, because a negative times a negative is positive, and so we have 36 equals 36. Boom. Now we have to check the next one too. So we're saying Y equals 9 minus 3. Quantity squared equals 36. 9 minus 3 is 6. Squared equals 36. Well, 6 squared is 36. 36 equals 36. So this is how these problems work. Hopefully you found it helpful.